And if you want, how you would develop this now is that you could say, I want to do 7 steps to progress, right? So write on top of it, Crystal, 7 steps to progress. And give me 7 steps.
But I need a step to get there?
Correct.
Right,
To my progress, make it personal. Good. So we got 7 steps. 1, number the steps.
Is that a video?
No, of course not.
I saw over this already.
Number the steps. Yes, underline it. And you can use colored chalk, different colored chalk, to make your presentation interesting.
I think I need to cut off my hair after this.
1. Very good. This is what you'll be doing when you go into the classroom for the students.
Let's start some. I thought put 5 on this side.
You got 4 and compass.
So this is how you start developing your plans and your teaching materials for a life coaching session. So if your topic is 7 steps to my progress, and you want each student to make it personal, so that's why we're using the word my. So you're going to have a diagram of steps. So 5, 6, and
We coming from the bottom or the top?
7. Well, you can start from, if you want to start from the bottom, saying it depends on what concept you want to give the students. If you're at the bottom right now, you can start from the bottom. So your top is your bottom, correct? So the first step to my progress is attitude. That's my first step. Why attitude? Why have you chosen attitude? You said attitude and mindset. You had put the 2 together. So tell me a bit about that. Remember, you're going into the Garrison Secondary School and you're doing this presentation for, go ahead. So why attitude? Why you're saying that one of the things that school probably neglects to focus on when you were at school was attitude and mindset. So tell me now, what can you tell students? Why is attitude and mindset so important?
You got the right attitude and the right mindset towards everything. Especially when you're coming out to school and you're getting anywhere to work. Your attitude and your mindset, you can't got the chill attitude and mindset no more.
Okay, so you're saying that even though you're a child in school, you still need to develop, you're not just having a mindset and attitude for the school, you're having a mindset and attitude for what? For life and for work. Good. So attitude and mindset. So how would we teach children a concept? What are you going to use? What are you going to use to convey this concept to young children? Now, if you're going into the secondary school, you want to present it in a way that they can relate to it, 1, and you also want to capture their attention. So, or you can use those 3 containers if you want, the blue containers, and you can label them. 1, 2, 3. So if you want to put them on that table, and then I can do the video of that. Crystal, move the other bottle there on my table. Good. So we have 3 containers. So tell me about these 3 containers.
The first container is shampoo.
Shampoo, okay.
The second container is conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
And the third shampoo.
The third container.
The third container is treatment.
Treatment. Okay. So tell me about this concept. So how does shampoo, conditioner, and treatment help you to develop the right attitude and the right mindset?
Well, you know when you're doing your hair,
When you're doing here, yes.
you just want to start with the shampoo. Obviously, you got wet your hair, you got to start with the shampoo. You can't condition first.
So why do you shampoo? So why are you? So what part of the body are we focusing on if we're talking about developing the right attitude and mindset?
The head.
We're focusing on the head, and the head, external or internal?
Internal.
Internal. Good. So you're saying that we're gonna use an analogy of the shampoo, the conditioner, and the treatment. So tell me about the shampoo. Why do we need to shampoo the head, and how would we shampoo the head to develop the right mindset and attitude? Christiane is going to be so proud of you. So tell me about your hair. When you shampoo your hair, what are you trying to do? What are you doing?
My hair, I'm trying to make it soapy so that I can wash out the stuff in it or whatever in it. So
You're removing dirt
yeah,
and toxins.
You're removing the bad.
Right, you're removing the bad, and you're trying to make. So by removing the bad, what are you doing to the hair? You're making the hair. Tell me some of the things that in your hair that would make your hair bad or heavy or mucky. What are some of the things you would have in your hair naturally? Think of the things that make girls your hair sticky and gel, yes. And it's a good thing. It serves a purpose, but after a while, you have to wash it out. Good. So you want to remove things that are, there might have been things you may have put there. There may be things that other people might have put there, but some, like gel, you use it for a purpose, you use it for a time, and then you have to wash it out and you have to cleanse it. So when you think of developing 7 steps to my progress and looking at developing the right attitude and the right mindset, what are some of the things then that we need to or what would become our shampoo? How would we actually cleanse our mind? By reading.
Reading a lot.
Reading a lot.
A lot of different things. Articles, books, newspapers, anything.
So what are some of the bad things we could have in our mind that would cause us to have bad attitudes and a bad mindset? What's the first thing? Bad. It's a T word I'm thinking of. Everything that we do starts from a thinking, and it's and that thinking where it, so once you're thinking it, it's a thought. So how will you, so we have bad thoughts.
Yeah.
So you need to shampoo those bad thoughts. So you're saying that you can shampoo those by reading. So tell me about that.
You could get rid of the bad thoughts by reading. So
Reading what?
Reading books, articles, and not just bad, because some books can be bad, some books can lead you astray.
So you have to read. If we're dealing with thoughts and you're trying to develop the opposite of bad thoughts, you're trying to develop good thoughts. So it means that you have to read good, inspiring, and positive articles. Right? So that's one. How about, tell me another way that you can shampoo. Something else that you remember, shampoo, as you said, is the soapiness.
I would say the company you keep.
The company that you keep. I like it. So what are you gonna do about that?
Well, you just need friends, but you don't always need friends. Keep good friends and not bad friends. Keep friends that are going to put you right and not wrong. Keep friends that are going to push you, encourage you, support you, and you do the same for them.
So how do you choose these friends? How do you identify these people? Can you choose something that you are not?
No. It's like the same way. I would have to say how I chose my good friends.
Right.
Well, I was always the one to pick cat people. When they first start
to pick cat people. So you had bad friends. I like it.
so
You're going somewhere with this.
so I had to I don't know, I won't say that I didn't change my attitude yet, but
Let me ask something. When you chose those cat people, did you have an idea as to where you were going? No, and I think that is why I am so excited about what you want to do in terms of going into schools. Because this is why now you're going into schools and you're talking to young people to help them to become more purpose driven. Because you did not know where you were going, any road will take you there. So it means that when you chose these cat friends, you had no idea. You had no particular direction. You had no compass. That is why you accepted cat friends. But after you transition and had a purpose, tell me how it worked, and tell me how you shampoo this thing and get,
start from when I finished school.
Go ahead.
When I finished school, me and my friends, we didn't friends anymore. And they wasn't bad friends, but we weren't friends anymore. Like, they might branch off, do different things, then get called back, certain friends get called back. And it was always me. It was always be the one. I will always be the one to be behind and not get called back, nothing like that. So when I finished school, I was home. Home doing nothing. I gotta tell you what went into that Friday.
What? Because remember, you want to give them real life reality. Because as you share your story, you are sharing it so that you can locate the persons who might be right where you are today. The lessons you've learned, you're giving them back to the other students so that the ones who are exactly where you were when you were in school, you can help them right now. So you're becoming like that plaster. You're becoming like that ointment that will just come in and stop whatever bleeding, whatever wounds they might be having, or change their course of direction.
So I met my best friend on social media. And we went out. Like, we didn't know me, and we went out whatever. So like, I didn't know me my best friend mother also. But I didn't know that she was a teacher or whatever. So the morning when we ended back up at my best friend's house, and I was going town to go home. My best friend was going to school because she's a year younger. She was still in school. And my best friend mother asked me what I doing now if I still in school, because she thought that I was the same age. And I told she no, I finished school and I only have 4 CSCs. And that the school I went to, like, I never really had no help. Not saying that it was bad, that they were bad teachers, but I never really had no help in school. I would always be behind. So then she asked me the CSCs I got. I don't have maths. So then one thing led to another, and eventually I started doing work. I started working for her. And I would say that I wasn't perfect. Like, when I start work, even my dress, the way I used to dress, hideous. I would dress like if I go downtown to go in the supermarket. But as I develop and I become more into the world of work, which my school did not prepare me for, I began to dress different, speak different, act different. And I wash away my shampoo. I use my shampoo and I wash away all that bad energy.
Or she was your shampoo. She was your bleach.
Okay, I use my shampoo and I wash away my bad energy.
Right. So you're saying to students that they need to have a picture of what life requires after school. And what I'm hearing from you is that you did not have that picture. Even though you had teachers who were teaching you, you still did not, you didn't have direction, you didn't know where you were going. And like I said, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. The other thing I'm hearing from you is that you were waiting on permission, or waiting on maybe CXCs or qualifications or somebody to tell you what to do next. Was that where you were at? Or feeling because you did not have maths or you didn't have this, that you didn't know what to do or couldn't do anything? You had doubts.
Like, they would say that everybody know that you're going for a job, they will tell you, well, you know, you have to have black and white, meaning CXCs. So I always thought, just because I don't have CXCs, they can't work. But that changed. Because I don't have all the CXCs I need, but I still work.
And you're learning, you're being equipped so that you understand it is not just CXCs, but it is life skills. Because I think one of the things that your best friend mothers tried to show you was that if you have the right attitude, if you have the right opportunity and you seize that opportunity, you can then add anything else to that puzzle. Yeah, good. So that's your shampoo. Now, what are some of the things that you think young people need to wash out of their hair, if we're using the analogy of hair? What are some of the things they need to wash out if they're gonna fix the attitude and the mindset? I want you to reflect on some of the young people that we have here. I know when we did our presentation about If My Life Was a Bottle, Alina did a very interesting one, and when she said what she would put in her bottle. But if you were to reflect on some of the young people that we come into contact with, what are some of the things that they need to wash out, to use the shampoo and wash out? You said doubt. So let me put you back on the track. You said doubt, self-doubt.
Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do something, because even though you may want to do something else, that may not be for you. Not saying to don't follow your dreams, but if an opportunity comes, take the opportunity.
And you know there's a saying that says, say yes and then learn how to do it. Yeah? Now, in terms, how about, you said don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. How about when you tell you that you can't do it? Because I find that for a lot of young people that I come into contact with, that's the biggest struggle. It is what they are telling themselves. You know, myself say, and I tell myself, you know, that whole conversation that goes on in the head where you talk to yourself. What about that? Does that need shampoo?
Yes. Always be a can person, not a cannot.
Be an I can person. What helps you to become a good I can person? Do you find that you can be, or do you find that you're effective being an I can person on your own? Can you stay alone? No.
You just need the help.
You need help.
Push.
You need to push. So what do you need to do? Be in the right circles. So would that be your conditioner? Would that be your conditioning then, the conditions? So be in the right circles, have the right support, have the right friends. And not only friends, because you're labeling them as friends, but are they really friends? What helped you to become more of an I can person? Was your best friend's mother your friend? Would you consider her a friend, or how would you classify her?
No, she wasn't a friend because she's an adult. And friends, basically, we base friends off of age. You don't normally want a friend that is much older than you.
Uh-huh. How about friends who make you feel good or tell you what you want to hear? Isn't that what friends do? Isn't that what y'all classify as good friends?
That's not what it's supposed to
But
be.
that's not what it's supposed to be. So you want to find, and in coaching, we call it mentors or good coaches. The same way you would have a coach in athletics, you want to have a good mentor. So to help you become an I can person, you have to have good mentors.
I think that's my condition.
That was your conditioning, right? And once you are with a good mentor, because you become who you are around, and what you will find that will happen is that very quickly you might not even recognize yourself. And those who are part of your household will not recognize you because you are then becoming so much like your mentor. And even if we were to go to the spiritual side of this, we would recognize that Jesus was a teacher, and he being the greatest teacher, you would recognize how impactful he was in bringing about change in the lives of people that he met. So it is important to be around people who can mentor you, people who can help you to shampoo and then condition you for life. All right, so let's come quickly to treatment. When we think of treating here, what are we doing when we treat here?
When you're treating here, you're stopping it from breaking off.
You're stopping breakage. Wow. Good. What else?
Growth.
You're looking to stimulate growth. So you're stopping breakage, you're stimulating growth. You just need to give me 3 things. Stopping breakage, stimulating growth, and how about maintenance?
Yeah, because if you treat here, you're going to maintain.
You're maintaining the condition of that hair. So whatever you would have done in terms of your condition stage, when you treat, you are trying to maintain that state. Correct? So how do we do that then as it relates to 7 steps to my progress? How do we treat? What is the treatment? You mentioned one earlier as the shampooing. Reading. Exactly. So by reading, what were we going to read? Read social media all day? Sit down with the phone and watch people cussing out and fighting in videos?
No.
Watch people snaps?
I would say you have to read good. You can read books. You can read anything to further your vocabulary, your thinking. So you gotta read good books, good articles, good stories.
How about older people? How about talking to older people? Or listening to older people?
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. Alright, let me put the older people, let me put them in a category like a friend. You just got good friends, you just got bad friends. You just got a friend, I would say there's a bad friend telling you what you want to hear and not what you need to hear. The good friend will tell you what you need to hear. So, say grandparents. Your grandmother, if when you done school, your grandmother want you in the house lingering, boy or girl. She want you out the house for a job helping. So I would say there's a good grandma and there's a bad grandma. A grandma that done run you down, rush you, go and do this, go and do that, get up and go and get a job. I don't even know how to classify that because I would say that's a bad grandma because she's pushing you, but still you gotta recognize that the child might not be ready. The good grandma is prepared from young.
She doesn't only tell you what to do, but she shows you how to do it, or gives you skills that you can actually do what she's telling you to do. That's the difference. Okay. Now, also as part of your treatment, what about audio? What about the things you listen to? How about music? A lot of the young people like listening to music. What about what you listen to? Do you have to change what you're listening to?
I would say your choice of music is if you choose to listen to bad music, well, you will only create bad in the mind. But if you listen to something calming, I won't say that you won't listen to bad music. If you want to listen to bad music, listen to bad music. But if you're going to a interview and you want this job, don't sit down on the bus and listen to raga raga for the whole ride. Listen to something calming, something that can calm the spirit, something that can make you think about something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you hear is what you think. What you think is what you speak.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just listening to the raga music, if you're going to interview, if you're just listening to that for the whole bus where you're going to interview, something will go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to something calming, something that will calm you. I believe that you will get through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I want to touch on one of the things that seemingly is affecting many youth. What about the things that youth inhale?
I would say that we got a lot of followers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody run across the road, the other body don't run across the road, then we gonna take precaution and say, well, let me look left, let me look right.
Mm-hmm. Because smoking seems to be a big trendy thing among youth, and it is very, very prevalent in our secondary schools and also in our primary schools. How does that affect you as it relates to having the right attitude and developing a positive mindset? What would you say to someone who maybe haven't started, or to someone who's already started? What would you say to them about that?
Smoking affects the brain and the lungs. Smoking does affect the brain and the lungs. The brain and the lungs. So every time you got a problem or every time you go through something, don't just go and roll up and light and say, well, this is helping me.
Yes, because many young people say it helps them to think and to stay calm and things like that. What are some of the alternatives? What are some of the things that if you have a problem, what are some of the problem solving skills that you engage now? If you have a problem, what do you do?
Talk
You talk to
someone.
And do you just talk to anyone, or who do you talk to?
Someone that you trust, someone that you know will give you that advice that you need to hear.
So if you have a medical problem, do you wait until the garbage truck passes and the garbage collector out there, you go outside to him to talk to him about your medical problem? No. Who do you talk to if you have a medical problem?
The doctor.
You find a doctor or a nurse or somebody who is medically inclined, who has the skill set and knowledge to help you with what the problem is. So therefore, you don't choose solutions that don't fit your problem. And certainly, turning to alcohol and drug abuse, certainly it does not fit the problem. As a matter of fact, it creates a lot more problems to add to the one that you might have had, right? Okay, so what else do you want to say to your students at the Garrison Secondary School? Dreams do come true. No, they might have called you back before, but you're going back. So go ahead.
Bigger and better.
Bigger and better. With the team.
For the students that know starting school, I would say because you know starting, don't think that. Because you know, come on to primary, you're going to take school as a joke still. Don't take secondary school is a lot of hard work, a lot of thinking. Secondary school in the whole is a lot. So if you know starting secondary school, beat the books, don't let them beat you.
Mm-hmm.
The students at Info Farm, I would say, because it is prepared for CXC for Info Farm, I would say in your preparation for CXC, get the help that you need, seek the help that you need. Don't wait until too late to seek the help. If you know you're struggling, seek the help. Same goes for the ones in faith. If you're struggling, seek the help. Don't wait till too late.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, so we want to thank our life coach, Renika Goddard, for sharing with us here today at the Garrison Secondary School. This is her alma mater. And we just want to say thank you for coming back and giving back to your school. And on the behalf of, and the school has a new name now, the Graydon Sealy Secondary School, we want to present you with this bouquet for thinking of us and for coming and giving of your time. Thank you, Bouquet. Right, so you say your thank yous and then we end.
Oh God, I got some time.
Of course. So on the behalf of which organization you're representing?
On the behalf of Life Lessons
Academy,
Academy, Business and School.
Business School. I want to thank the principal, teachers, the Ministry of Education, the principal, teachers, and students for giving us this opportunity.
On behalf of the Life Lessons.
Look them in the eye, so look at the camera.
On behalf of the Life Lessons Academy Business School, I would like to thank the Ministry
Of Education,
of Education, the
Prin-
principal, the
teacher,
teachers, and the students of Marina City Secondary
for giving
for
me
giving me
this opportunity.